for all Chris Barnes' undoubted success all over the world, most significantly on home lanes in the US, he's twice lost a match in a PBA major by a single pin. Strike there though for the American team captain.
Yeah, quite a contrast from that shot to the one previously. They both counted as 10 though, but that one was right flush in the pocket, and he'll certainly be happier with that one. But he's got to build on it. You can see he's chatting away to himself there, sometimes telling himself off. He actually knows how good Dom Barrett is, so he knows he's in a game.
.269 is the maximum Dom can score here if he keeps striking.
Just takes a quick re-rack of pins. Yes, those are the maximum scores that either player can score if they strike off from here right through frame 10. If they don't strike, of course, that maximum total drops. It just gives you an indication of the state of play. Dom Barrett works on a spare, and can only be another spare because he's rung a 10-pin in the corner. Not a bad looking shot, but it hasn't carried.
Just this middle portion of this match is where it's starting to slip away from Dom Barrett and Team Europe.
Yeah, he makes the spare, but it's pretty unfortunate that that 6-pin just bounced right around the 10. It really didn't want to know. Bowlers rely on that taking the 10-pin out a lot of the time. So now a chance for Barnes. He's working 4 strikes in a row. Barrett's had 2 spares in a row. And you can see the lead now. 22 pins, and it could go up even more with the next shot.
Scratch that, 4 in a row for Barnes. Make it 5.
Yeah, he had that one awful shot in the second frame when he only scored 7 pins. But since then, he's moved slightly left on the approach to open up the lane. And he's kind of locked in now. You can tell he's no emotions on his face, but he's hit 5 in a row. And I'm sure he's thinking, I can go all the way here. This could well be a 280. Let's wait and see. Barrett's got some work to do as well to stay in this one. Working on 2 spares, but they're not good enough. He does need strikes from now on. It's gone long, hasn't it? That ball didn't make the pocket at all. You know, waiting for it to hook up, but it didn't. Just carried straight through. Hit the head pin, but left a solitary 2-pin. Now just watch this. It's getting to the break point just outside his mark, and it's carried on the oil. Fortunate to make 9, but a 9 spare, as I've said before, is no good.
This is slipping away from Dom Barrett now. He's got to dust himself down, because next up is Dom again against Chris again.
Yeah, of course, and if it keeps going the way it is, it will be another point for USA. We'll take it to 8-6. There's Dom's 20 strikes, 10 spares, and just the one open, so he's been playing pretty well. Unfortunately, there's too many spares there, not enough strikes.
Chris was 100% through his singles matchups last year, beat Osku Palermo, Mika Koivuniemi and Stuart Williams. He's on his way to another singles point earned for his Team USA here. It's another strike, 6 in a row now.
He's actually looking quite devastating, really. The last 6, well, 5 of the last 6 have just been absolutely fantastic shots. Took advantage of one that was a bit dodgy, but that doesn't matter. He strung a string of strikes after that.
Well, Dom just rediscovering his form. Frame 8 here.
Yeah, just made a slight adjustment there. He had to do something because he was losing this game big time. There we are after 8 frames. 33 pins adrift, both working on a strike. Barnes working 6 in a row, going for 7, I'm sure. The best player in the world at this particular time, just showing us how good he is when he gets locked and loaded.
Chris Barnes with the 7-bagger, and the United States are heading for another point. That gap will just be levered open, cranked open a little again to 2 points at the end of this first singles matchup at the start of session 3 in Ryder Cup 14.
That's how much it meant to Chris. You can tell by the body language. He's sitting in his comfort zone now. He's brought his A game to the lane. Dom moves further left and can't hit the 10-pin as he hits the pocket. The messenger was there to take it, and I think that's going to be enough as Dom just checks the score. Another 9, and it's all going to be over.
Yeah, Chris has taken this for the United States. Didn't get a break there, did he, Dom?
Just didn't make the pocket perfectly right, and that's why the 10-pin stood up. So it can only be another spare in the foundation frame. And his maximum drops to 227. And the game is all over. He's missed that deliberately. What he's done is he's now bowling a strike ball because he knows he's up next game against Chris Barnes. So he's just experimented there with a different ball, trying to find the 1-3 pocket. That was a deliberate 9 miss. He knows it's all over.
Can Chris Barnes finish with a flourish here? Oh, I think the answer is going to be yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. A 7-10 split left, and, well, they just fell over. I mean, this is a sort of, not luck, it's the good fortune that you have when you've rolled some strikes high on the headpin. There's the 7-10, and, well, there's a lot of wood flying around, and let's just knock those corner pins over. Why not? Let's give Chris Barnes another strike and tip your hat. Thank you very much.
Not that time.
Well, notice again, he's changed the ball there. It's his last shot. He knows the match is won. He doesn't need to run off a 280 game. That doesn't mean it's anything to him. It's the point that's been taken. He is now thinking about the next game. So he's rolled a little experiment. Finish off with a 268 and a vital victory for Team USA.
Yeah, so the lead's just out to 2 points again. United States 8, Europe 6 at the end of this opening singles before these two re-rack and go again.
Yeah, just a little bit of experimentation there. Last frame for Dom Barrett. He'll bowl the 10th frame out, and then he'll have to regroup straight away because he's right back into the next game against a man that's just shot 268, Chris Barnes, the American captain.
Didn't quite locate the pocket again there, Cass.
No, he's not trying to. There's nothing to gain by it. He's just experimenting. Out comes another ball. This game is lost. It's all over. He's going to move straight on to the next match, but wants to take every opportunity he's got of finding the right line. As the lane changes, he all moves around, and the strike zone just changes a little bit. Needs to get the speed and the angle right. Again, that was a strike ball. He wasn't trying to get those two. It's only a 204, but the game was lost. The score is irrelevant.
Chris Barnes with a 268, enough to beat Dom Barrett's 204. The United States now 8 to Europe's 6 points. Just arresting the slide, the American team. after Europe's 3 successes on the spin. Tony is on the stage with America's captain.
Well done, Chris. Really important win and really important point for the Americans.
Absolutely. It's been going the wrong way for since session 2. So stop that, stop them from getting back to even, and we got back to a 2-pin or 2-point cushion.
You had your game face on when you walked in at the start of that match. It felt like you were slightly more serious.
Probably a lot more. I mean, there's no doubt that we're a lot more relaxed and joking around with a 4-point lead than with a 1 with a possibility to go to none.
Is it fair to say perhaps that you had such a big lead so you almost start to relax a bit because, you know, it was such a great evening for you last night?
Possibly, even though we know how good they are, that it's possible we might have taken our foot a little bit off the pedal and they put theirs on it and went by us.
Well, a really good performance from you, and another important point. Well done, Chris Barnes, who gets another point for the Americans. And that means that Europe are 2 points behind. It's one of those Weber Cups where you just know it's going to be tight, and we've got another top match coming up for you next time.